the sad situation was that Sandra was a victim of terrible domestic violence, and there were children involved, and isolation.
He is in his early 50s. He's confined to a wheelchair. He's blind, and he needed daily dialysis. And they terminated his Maine care.
The father had worked his entire life. He was really emotionally devastated about their debt situation. And what he said to Jim was, before he went in to see the attorney, what kind of provider am I?
And they showed up at ILAP's office with roughly the clothes on their back and wanting to make a new life.
Ran up thousands of dollars in credit card debt in his name and took his Social Security income. When LSE was called for help, this man did not know where his bank accounts were or how much money he had.
He was a man who was used to caring for his family in a situation where he didn't know where to turn.
And Sandra was living with her 2 young children in transitional housing, having just recently obtained a protection for abuse order against her husband. She had sustained years of abuse and, more importantly, isolation here in Maine. His whole family was
This
here.
happens again and again at our clinics throughout Maine.
Earlier this month, I met a client that we had helped 25 years ago, and it's a great story.
That she actually would be able to get the financial jump start that she and her children really needed to start their new life.
We were able to get his Maine care coverage back.
Worked with the high school that way, so we actually got him identified as a special education student with an emotional disability.
Because of what he told us of how the program was working, we were able to take that and do some administrative advocacy to ensure that no one else had to go through the same thing Ronald did. That's the sort of work we do at Maine.
I mean, just her as a person from the beginning of the process to the end, it was an amazing transformation just to see her come out of her shell. But in
And
addition,
now he's the most recent Maine senator from Waldoboro, Chris Johnson.
It's kind of, for us, the American dream, and that's what ILAP does.